You're sitting in the Starbucks drive-thru line at 7:30 in the morning. The car in front of you orders a Grande Caramel Frappuccino. The car behind you orders a Venti white chocolate Mocha. You order your usual, a Grande Pumpkin Spice Latte. It's September. You've been waiting all year for this. You pull forward, pay $6.50. Take your cup and drive to work feeling like you've started your day right. You just had your coffee. Except here's the thing. That wasn't coffee. That was a milkshake with caffeine. And this isn't about shaming anyone for drinking what they enjoy. It's about understanding what you're actually consuming when you make Starbucks a daily habit. Because millions of Americans do exactly that. They stop at Starbucks every single morning. They think of it as their coffee, their daily caffeine, a reasonable way to start the day. But the nutrition facts on most Starbucks drinks tell a very different story than the word coffee suggests. Starbucks serves approximately 8 million customers per day in the United States. That's 8 million decisions, 8 million orders. And most of those orders aren't black coffee or Americanos. They're frappuccinos, lattes with multiple pumps of syrup, seasonal drinks loaded with sugar and topped with whipped cream. These drinks have become so normalized as morning beverages that people genuinely don't think about what's in them. They think coffee. They're drinking dessert. We examined 10 of the most popular Starbucks drinks, the ones that dominate the menu boards, the ones people order every single day. We looked at the nutrition facts that most customers never check, the sugar content, the calorie counts, the ingredient lists when available, and we compared these drinks to things people would clearly recognize as treats: soda, donuts, candy bars. What we found is a systematic gap between what people think they're ordering and what they're actually consuming. This isn't an attack on Starbucks. The company provides nutrition information. It's available on their website, their app, and in stores if you ask. The information exists. Most people just never look at it. They trust that ordering coffee means they're making a reasonable choice. This investigation is about showing what the numbers actually reveal. By the end of this, you'll understand exactly how much sugar is in that Grande Caramel Frappuccino you've been drinking every day for the past 3 years. Let's start with the drink that defines Starbucks for millions of people: the Caramel Frappuccino. This is one of the most ordered items on the entire menu. It's sweet, it's cold, it's coffee adjacent. People order it thinking they're getting an iced coffee drink. Here's what they're actually getting: a Grande Caramel Frappuccino, which is 16 ounces and the most commonly ordered size, contains 420 calories and 54 grams of sugar. 54 grams. That's 13.5 teaspoons of sugar. Let me put that in context. A 16-ounce Coca-Cola contains 52 grams of sugar. Your Caramel Frappuccino has more sugar than a Coke. A Krispy Kreme glazed donut contains 10 grams of sugar. Your Frappuccino has the sugar equivalent of more than 5 donuts. The American Heart Association recommends that women consume no more than 25 grams of added sugar per day. Men should consume no more than 36 grams. One Grande Caramel Frappuccino exceeds the daily recommended limit for women by more than double. It puts men well over their limit too. And this is breakfast for millions of people. Before they've eaten anything else. Before lunch. Before dinner. One drink in the sugar budget for the entire day is blown. The drink contains coffee but not much. The base is milk blended with ice, coffee, and a sweet syrup base designed to create the Frappuccino texture. Then caramel syrup is added for flavor. Then whipped cream on top. Then caramel drizzle over the whipped cream. You're drinking a coffee-flavored milkshake. The caffeine content is only about 95 milligrams, which is less than a standard cup of brewed coffee. You're not drinking this for the caffeine boost. You're drinking it because it tastes like dessert. If you order a Grande Caramel Frappuccino every weekday morning for a year, that's 260 drinks. That's 14,040 grams of sugar. That's nearly 31 pounds of sugar consumed from one drink category over 1 year. The cost is also notable. At $6 to $7 per drink, you're spending $1,560 to $1,020 annually on a beverage that delivers more sugar than soda. Now let's talk about the seasonal drink that has achieved cult status: the Pumpkin Spice Latte. Every September, social media explodes with PSL announcements. People genuinely wait all year for this drink. Starbucks has built an entire cultural phenomenon around it. The drink signals fall. It signals cozy. It signals treating yourself. But let's look at what you're actually treating yourself to. A Grande Pumpkin Spice Latte with 2% milk and whipped cream contains 380 calories and 50 grams of sugar. That's 12.5 teaspoons. The drink contains espresso, steamed milk, pumpkin spice flavored sauce, and whipped cream with pumpkin spice topping. The pumpkin spice sauce is where most of the sugar comes from. It's a sweetened syrup designed to taste like pumpkin pie. There's no actual pumpkin in significant amounts. You're drinking a spiced sugar syrup with milk and coffee. 50 grams of sugar is double the recommended daily limit for women and significantly over the limit for men. This is one drink, one morning beverage, and people order this daily throughout the fall season, which runs from late August through November. That's roughly 90 days. If you order a Grande PSL 5 days a week for the season, that's approximately 60 drinks. That's 3,000 grams of sugar from one seasonal beverage. That's 6.5 pounds of sugar in 3 months. The pumpkin spice latte costs around $6. If you're buying it 5 days a week for 3 months, that's $360 spent on a drink that delivers double your daily sugar limit every single time. The cultural phenomenon around PSL is real. The FOMO is real. But the nutrition facts are also real. This isn't a coffee, it's a liquid pumpkin pie. Let's move to another menu staple, the white chocolate mocha. This drink is positioned as a premium coffee drink. Mocha suggests chocolate and coffee, which sounds sophisticated. White chocolate makes it feel special. Here's what the nutrition facts show. A Grande white chocolate mocha with 2% milk and whipped cream contains 430 calories and 53 grams of sugar. That's more than 13 teaspoons. The drink combines espresso with steamed milk, white chocolate-flavored sauce, and whipped cream. The white chocolate sauce is sweetened condensed milk-based syrup. It's designed to be intensely sweet. Combined with the whipped cream, you're drinking a hot chocolate with some coffee added, not a coffee with some chocolate added. The 53 grams of sugar puts this drink firmly in the dessert category. It's more sugar than a can of Coke. It's more than 5 glazed donuts. And people order this as a morning pick-me-up or an afternoon treat. The caffeine content is about 150 milligrams, which is decent. But you're getting that caffeine alongside a massive sugar load that will spike your blood glucose and then crash it within 2 hours. Daily white chocolate mocha drinkers are consuming over 13,000 grams of sugar per year from this one drink if they order it 5 days a week. That's 28 pounds of sugar. The drink costs around $650. That's $1,690 per year. You're paying nearly $1,700 annually to consume 28 pounds of sugar disguised as a coffee drink. Now let's look at something that seems lighter. The vanilla sweet cream cold brew. Cold brew has a reputation for being a simpler, less processed coffee option. It's cold brewed coffee with vanilla sweet cream. It sounds relatively straightforward compared to a frappuccino. Let's see if that perception holds up. A Grande vanilla sweet cream cold brew contains 110 calories and 14 grams of sugar. That's significantly lower than the frappuccino or the flavored lattes. But 14 grams is still more than 3 teaspoons of sugar. And here's the key point. This drink is marketed and perceived as a lighter option. People order it thinking they're making a better choice. Compared to a frappuccino, they are. But compared to actual coffee, they're still consuming a sweetened beverage. The sweet cream is a mixture of heavy cream, 2% milk, and vanilla syrup. That vanilla syrup is where the sugar comes from. The cold brew itself has no sugar. If you ordered cold brew with just a splash of milk or cream, you'd have minimal sugar and calories. The vanilla sweet cream adds 14 grams of sugar to make the drink palatable for people who don't actually like the taste of coffee. 14 grams of sugar per day might seem manageable, but it adds up. 5 days a week for a year is 3,640 grams of sugar. That's 8 pounds. From a drink people consider a lighter option. The perception that cold brew is inherently healthier creates a halo effect. People think they're making a smart choice. They're still drinking sweetened coffee. Let's examine what an actual simple coffee drink looks like. A cafe latte with 2% milk. No flavored syrups. No whipped cream. Just espresso and steamed milk. This is what many people think they're getting when they order any latte. A Grande cafe latte with 2% milk contains 190 calories and 18 grams of sugar. But here's the important distinction. That sugar is naturally occurring lactose from the milk. It's not added sugar. Milk contains about 12 grams of natural sugar per cup. A 16-ounce latte uses about 1.5 cups of milk. The 18 grams of sugar in a plain latte come from the milk itself. No syrups, no sweeteners, just the natural composition of milk. This is significantly different from the 50 to 54 grams in flavored drinks. The plain latte isn't a sugar bomb, it's coffee with milk. The calories come primarily from the milk fat and the natural milk sugar. If you need caffeine and want something more than black coffee, a plain latte is a reasonable choice. The problem is that most people don't order plain lattes. They add vanilla, caramel, hazelnut, pumpkin spice. Every pump of flavored syrup adds 5 to 6 grams of sugar. A standard latte gets 4 pumps. That's 20 to 24 grams of added sugar on top of the natural milk sugar. A latte with syrup isn't just a latte anymore. It's a sweetened latte. The word coffee on the menu creates the assumption that the drink is primarily coffee. In reality, most Starbucks coffee drinks are primarily milk and sugar with coffee as a flavoring component. Now let's talk about the most sugar-dense drink on this list, the Java Chip Frappuccino. This is a Frappuccino blended with chocolate chips. It's essentially a chocolate milkshake with coffee. People order it anyway. Here's what the numbers show. A Grande Java Chip Frappuccino contains 440 calories and 60 grams of sugar. 60 grams. That's 15 teaspoons. That's more sugar than a 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew, which contains 77 grams. It's more than 6 glazed donuts. It's 2.4 times the daily recommended sugar limit for women and 1.6 times the limit for men. The drink is coffee, milk, ice, mocha sauce, and Frappuccino chips, which are chocolate chips designed to blend without melting completely. Then whipped cream on top. Then mocha drizzle. You are drinking a blended chocolate dessert. The coffee component is minimal. The caffeine content is about 100 milligrams, which you could get from a cup of regular coffee with zero sugar. If someone orders a Grande Java Chip Frappuccino every weekday, they're consuming 1,600 grams of sugar per year from this drink. That's 34 pounds of sugar. 34 pounds, from one drink category. The cost at around $6.50 per drink is $1,690 per year. People are spending nearly $1,700 annually to consume 34 pounds of sugar in liquid form while thinking they're buying coffee. Let's look at a drink that has an interesting positioning. The iced caramel macchiato. Macchiato sounds sophisticated. It's an Italian word. It suggests coffee expertise. People order it feeling like they're ordering something special. Here's what they're actually getting. A Grande iced caramel macchiato with 2% milk contains 250 calories and 34 grams of sugar. That's 8.5 teaspoons. The drink is vanilla syrup, milk, ice, espresso, and caramel drizzle. The vanilla syrup and caramel drizzle are where the sugar comes from. Without those components, you'd have an iced latte with about 18 grams of natural milk sugar. The added syrups contribute an additional 16 grams of added sugar. 34 grams is over the daily limit for women and close to the limit for men. It's more sugar than a can of Pepsi. But the macchiato name and the layered presentation make it feel like a coffee drink rather than a sugar drink. The espresso is visible at the top before you stir it. That visual reinforces the coffee identity. But once you stir it and drink it, you're consuming sweetened milk with coffee flavoring. Daily iced caramel macchiato drinkers consuming this 5 days a week are getting 8,840 grams of sugar per year from this drink. That's 19 pounds. At around $5.75 per drink, that's $1,495 per year. The sophisticated name doesn't change the fact that it's a sugar delivery system. Now let's examine a drink that has a healthy appearance. The pink drink. This is a Starbucks refresher with coconut milk. It's bright pink. It looks fruity and light. It's extremely popular on Instagram. The visual aesthetic suggests something refreshing and healthy. Let's look at the actual nutrition. A Grande pink drink contains 140 calories and 24 grams of sugar. That's 6 teaspoons. The drink is a strawberry acai base mixed with coconut milk and freeze-dried strawberries. The strawberry acai base is a concentrate that contains white grape juice, natural flavors, and sugar. The coconut milk adds creaminess and additional sugar. The freeze-dried strawberries are mostly decorative. 24 grams of sugar is close to the daily limit for women and 2/3 of the limit for men. The drink has no coffee. It's a sweetened fruit juice beverage with coconut milk. But it's sold at Starbucks, which is a coffee company. It's ordered alongside coffee drinks. People think of it as a lighter alternative. And compared to a Frappuccino, it is lighter. But compared to water or unsweetened tea, it's a sugar-sweetened beverage. The healthy appearance is entirely visual. The pink color. The fruit pieces floating in it. The coconut milk suggesting plant-based wellness. But the nutrition facts show 24 grams of sugar. If you drink a Grande pink drink 5 days a week, that's 6,240 grams of sugar per year. That's nearly 14 pounds. From a drink that looks like it belongs in a health food store. Let's talk about tea. Tea has a reputation for being healthier than coffee. It's associated with antioxidants and wellness. So when people order a Chai Tea Latte, they often think they're making a better choice. Let's check if that's true. A Grande Chai Tea Latte with 2% milk contains 240 calories and 42 grams of sugar. 42 grams. That's more than 10 teaspoons. That's 1.6 times the daily limit for women. It's more sugar than a can of Coke. The drink is chai tea concentrate mixed with steamed milk. The chai concentrate is black tea infused with spices and heavily sweetened. The spices give it the chai flavor. The sugar makes it drinkable for people who don't like the natural bitterness of tea. The chai latte has no coffee. It's tea, milk, and sugar. But it has more sugar than most coffee-based drinks on the menu. The tea association creates a health halo. People think tea equals healthy. They don't think about the 42 grams of sugar in the sweetened chai concentrate. If you order a Grande Chai Tea Latte 5 days a week for a year, you're consuming 10,920 grams of sugar from this drink. That's 24 pounds of sugar from something people think is a healthier alternative to coffee. Finally, let's look at a drink that actually is what it claims to be: an Americano. This is espresso shots diluted with hot water. No milk, no sugar, no syrups, just coffee. Here's what the nutrition facts show. A Grande Americano contains 15 calories and 0 grams of sugar. 0. The calories come from trace amounts of fat and protein in the espresso itself. The caffeine content is about 225 milligrams, which is more than any of the sugar-loaded drinks we've discussed. You're getting actual coffee, actual caffeine, no sugar, no dessert disguised as a morning beverage. The Americano represents what coffee actually is. It's bitter, it's strong, it's caffeinated. If you don't like the taste of an Americano, that's fine, but that means you don't actually like coffee. You like sweetened milk drinks with coffee flavoring. And that's okay too, but it's important to be honest about what you're consuming. Adding a splash of milk or cream to an Americano adds about 20 to 40 calories and a few grams of natural milk sugar. That's still dramatically different from the 400 plus calories and 50 plus grams of sugar in a Frappuccino. If you need coffee and want to avoid the sugar bomb, an Americano with a splash of cream is a real coffee drink. Everything else on the Starbucks menu that contains more than 15 grams of added sugar is a dessert beverage. Here's what these 10 drinks reveal. The Caramel Frappuccino contains more sugar than a Coke and the equivalent of 5 donuts. The Pumpkin Spice Latte delivers double the daily sugar limit in a single cup. The White Chocolate Mocha contains 53 grams of sugar and costs around $1,690 per year if consumed daily. The Vanilla Sweet Cream Cold Brew, positioned as lighter, still contains 14 grams of sugar. A plain cafe latte has only naturally occurring milk sugar, but most people add syrups that double the sugar content. The Java Chip Frappuccino contains 60 grams of sugar, the equivalent of 34 pounds per year for daily drinkers. The Iced Caramel Macchiato has 34 grams despite its sophisticated name. The pink drink looks healthy but contains 24 grams of sugar with no coffee. The Chai Tea Latte has 42 grams, more than most coffee drinks. And the Americano is actual coffee with 0 sugar. The pattern is clear. Most Starbucks drinks aren't coffee. They're sweetened milk beverages with coffee added as a flavoring component. The caffeine is there, but it's incidental. You could get more caffeine from a cup of regular brewed coffee with 0 sugar and a fraction of the calories. People aren't going to Starbucks for caffeine. They're going for sweetness delivered in a cup that says coffee on it. The business model is brilliant. Starbucks has convinced millions of people that ordering a 400-calorie 54-gram sugar beverage is a normal part of getting their morning coffee. The drive-thru culture makes it effortless. The mobile app makes it even easier. The rewards program creates loyalty. And the seasonal drinks create FOMO that drives traffic during specific times of year. It's genius marketing. But it's not coffee. The cost adds up faster than most people realize. A daily Starbucks habit at $6 per drink is $1,560 per year. For many people, that's real money that could go toward other priorities. But beyond the cost, the sugar consumption is staggering. Depending on which drink you order, you could be consuming anywhere from 3,600 grams of sugar per year from one drink category. That's 8 to 34 pounds of sugar annually from something you think of as your daily coffee. The health implications of consuming 30 to 50 plus grams of added sugar daily are well documented. Weight gain, increased risk of type 2 diabetes, higher triglycerides, increased risk of heart disease, tooth decay, energy crashes, blood sugar instability. None of this is new information, but when the sugar is delivered in a cup that says coffee, people don't connect their Starbucks habit to these health outcomes. They think they're just getting their caffeine. They're consuming more sugar than if they ate candy bars for breakfast. This isn't about telling people to stop drinking Starbucks. If you love your pumpkin spice latte and you've decided that the 50 grams of sugar and $6 is worth it to you, that's your choice. You're an adult. Enjoy your drink. But make that choice with full awareness of what you're consuming. Don't order it thinking you're just getting coffee. You're getting liquid dessert. If you want actual coffee, order an Americano or a plain latte. If you want a treat, order the Frappuccino. But know that it's a treat. It's not breakfast. It's not fuel for your day. It's dessert. The caffeine will give you a temporary boost. The 54 grams of sugar will spike your blood glucose and then crash it. You'll be hungry and tired within 2 hours. That's not how coffee is supposed to work. The information is all available. Starbucks provides nutrition facts on their website and app. You can see exactly what's in every drink before you order it. Most people never look. They order based on what sounds good, what they've always ordered, what everyone else is ordering. They trust that Starbucks wouldn't sell them something unhealthy disguised as coffee. But Starbucks is selling exactly what people want to buy.
Sweet drinks that taste good and provide caffeine. The company isn't hiding anything. The nutrition facts are public. People just choose not to read them. The cultural normalization of dessert beverages as morning coffee is what makes this so effective. When everyone around you is ordering frappuccinos and flavored lattes, it feels normal. It feels like that's what coffee is now. But it's not. Coffee is the Americano. Everything else is a sweetened beverage that happens to contain some coffee. The sooner people understand that distinction, the sooner they can make informed choices about what they're actually consuming every single day.